And what's going on? Fontaine here, back on another one. And I'm back with the 808 Sizzurp. In the last video, we did like a quick run through, just going over some of the sounds, playing over a sample. In this video, I'm going to go ahead and go a little more in depth, and you actually can see what's up under the hood in the plugin and what exactly the plugin is offering. So let's go ahead and get into it. Now, the first thing you're going to notice immediately off the bat is the GUI interface. It's very straightforward, very user-friendly. Lots of things going on here. So I'm going to take my time and show you what's going on here. Now, the first thing you immediately notice is that you have a nice wave display here, which basically displays your 808 waveforms. This is 32 and 64-bit OS compatible, Mac and PC. One of the things I'm taking a lot of pride in is basically that when it comes to VSTs, AU plugins, things of that nature, you know, I started scripting for Kontakt 5 because I feel it's an environment that it's just going to be continuing to just evolve. You know, with native instruments, for me, it's a no-brainer. When you have a lot of companies out here who make VSTs, plugins, a lot of times these companies will abandon ship on plugins. They will stop support. I started scripting in Kontakt 5 because Kontakt 5 is constantly evolving with native instruments. You know, I've even heard some rumors that they're coming out with the next version of 6 pretty soon. So, you know, it's a no-brainer when you have the support of native instruments, you know, and Kontakt 5 is constantly just getting better and better and better. It's a no-brainer for me. You know, that way I can make modifications to the script later on down the road while you're still accessing the benefits of Kontakt 5 under the hood. I mean, native instruments, they know what sounds good. They know sound. The modules in here are the best in the industry, hands down. You know, so combining the power of the TR-808 in a Kontakt 5 environment, to me, it's just a no-brainer. It doesn't get no better than that, you know. And then we took painstaking recording methods to get these 808s recorded. And the thing about it, we give you a manageable set. It's like 34 808s, but they're all different 808s. See, a lot of times you have companies who make 808s and they change a preset here and a preset there and they call it a different 808. I mean, technically you can. I mean, these subs, they're hitting hard. The bass, I mean, it's knocking. I mean, if you don't have your subwoofers on, I mean, turn your subwoofers on and you see exactly what I'm talking about. These will shake the walls in your house. And this manageable set will probably allow you to get, I probably would imagine when you're doing your tweaks and things when you're home, you probably should get about a good 60, 70 different sounding 808s off these unique sounding 808s. I tried to give you a nice blend here. I went from hard hitting punchy. I threw some kicks in there. I even went as far as some distorted 808s. You know, a lot of producers, they love the distortion on 808. So that's why we put a distortion module here. Let's take a look at that. Now, as you see right here, here's a regular plain 808. Now, if I activate the distortion icon here by turning it on to the right, you have the distortion knob here. Okay, so I can use a negative effect to more of a positive effect, meaning from less to more. So if I'm over here and I'm going just a little bit less on the effect here, it's going to be gradually blending to a more harder effect. You know, if distorted 808s is your thing, you know, you might hear something like this in like Daft Punk. If you ever seen that movie Tron Legacy, they use a lot of distorted 808s on there. A lot of techno, a lot of EDM producers at times will use the distortion module. So had to put that in there. We also have the legato modes here. We also have the glide modes here. Now we're calling this the syrup. Now, when it comes to the syrup, you have a normal mode, which just basically, it's just the normal mode when you're playing in the plugin itself. Then we also have the glide mode here. Okay, so the glide, we have a big knob here. Again, a positive effect to more of a negative effect. Okay, so meaning when the glide mode's on, I can pitch glide the 808s. For example, from down here, again, you have to have your subwoofers on to hear that. So from down here, and I can bring that up. Now, I don't know if you can hear that if you don't have your subs on, but it's like boom, boom's going up. Or I can go pitch down or kind of make it bounce. For example. So you can play around with that. And then we have the knob, if you want to control that glide on that. You can hear it, the duration. For example, on the second page here, we'll get into this in a minute, but we did put a note repeat on here. We also have a 32 step sequencer. When you activate this on button, a lot of times in trap music, you want to have the din 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 din, you know what I'm saying? So, we have a swing here, the duration of the note, if you want to get in there. And so I think that's kind of tight because I don't see a lot of Kontakt 5 expansions that have a note repeat on it. But we also threw in a swing, the duration. You also have a volume knob here if you want to control your volume from this page as well, which kind of makes it handy when you don't want to be jumping around too much. Because again, all these parameters, you can right click and assign these parameters to your hardware controller. You also can assign your host automation here. The host automation, I haven't made a template for that, but people who do purchase this, I will be making some host templates for the MK3, the Machine Studio, the MK2, as well as the Micro and the MK1. So then that way you guys can get in here and have everything already done. But again, it's as simple as just simply, right clicking like this, you press learn MIDI CC automation and just move a knob on your hardware controller and it's going to assign. All right, so again, pretty straightforward. This video, I'm not going to run too long because it's pretty much straightforward. Okay, we have the SV-HP4 here because I created this knob because I wanted to play with the resonance. For example, this is a normal 808, okay? But if you turn on a high pass filter with 808, you can actually play with the resonance on that a little bit. So let's say I want to adjust the volume on that. And maybe just the filter on it a little bit. This might have been something in the mix where I might have wanted to have it up under a kick or maybe slightly layering another 808 perhaps. It's up to you. Okay, now we'll turn this off, bring this volume back down. You hear that glide just. And we have the legatos mode here as well. Okay, so I'm going to turn this glide knob down here. Again, this big knob here is your glide control. And that's the emphasis and the focus of this plugin. It's about 808s and your 808 glides because 808 glides are really hot right now. So we want to make a plugin specifically formulated to target the parameters of gliding your 808. So I think that's pretty dope. I think a lot of producers who make trap music will love this plugin. Now, of course, we have the attack, decay, sustain, and release. I can adjust these here. If you want to let go of the button and get kind of a shorter 808 like this here, perhaps you probably can even make a kick out of that, like, you can get kicks out of that, or just different tones. For example, you just get like really nasty. That's really just some foul sounding 808s out of that. And again, I'm not going to go through a lot of the 808s. I don't want to give them all the way for free, but as you can see right here, there is a manageable set of 808s. And as you can see, it's pre-tagged and pre-filtered for Machine. So you can get in here and narrow down exactly what you're looking for. Okay, so the insert effects module here. Okay, we have the pitch here. Now again, with Kontakt 5, remember you can automate Kontakt 5. 5. 5. 5. 5. 5. 5. 5. 5. 5. 5. 5. 5. 5. 5. 5. 5. 5. 5. 5. 5. 5. 5. 5. 5. 5. 5. 5. 5. 5. 5. 5. 5. 5. 5. 5. 5. 5. 5. 5. 5. 5. 5. 5. 5. 5. 5. 5. 5. 5. 5. 5. 5. 5. 5. 5. 5. 5. 5. 5. 5. 5. 5. 5. 5. 5. 5. 5. 5. 5. 5. 5. 5. 5. 5. 5. 5. 5. 5. 5. 5. 5. 5. 5. 5. 5. 5. 5. 5. 5. 5. 5. 5. 5. 5. 5. 5. 5. 5. 5. 5. 5. 5. 5. 5. 5. 5. 5. 5. 5. 5. 5. 5. 5. 5. 5. 5. 5. 5. 5. 5. 5. 5. 5. 5. 5. 5 you know. I think that's a nice touch to add that little module in there. We also have the warmth and the spread. And just so you can get a good understanding for this, I'm going to take some of these effects and just lower them down a little bit here. You can see how the 808 will get tuned a lot more weaker. Add a little warmth to this. And add a little more of a stereo spread to this. You can hear it hitting a lot harder. Adjust the filter on that. Again, that's the low pass filter here. So yeah, I mean, it's pretty much straightforward. I mean, that's pretty much it in a nutshell, you know, other than on this page here, again, you have the swing here, you know, you have your duration here and a note repeat and also a 32-step sequencer. You know, if you kind of wanted to have your 808 kind of fade out, perhaps if you were ending a song, perhaps that could be one possibility. See how I would lower it down? Bring that up a little bit. Maybe like this here, then kind of gradually fade down. Bring that swing also sounds more natural. And maybe lower this down just a little bit. So you can hear it kind of gradually getting lower. Now that's 32 steps. That's a lot of steps. I mean, 9 times out of 10, you probably wouldn't need that many steps. I mean, you can adjust this. You know, if you needed less steps, you know, as low as 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, you know, how many ever you need, you know, you can play around with these little effects here and get some nice little effects out of that. So yeah, man, I mean, that's pretty much it. The basic overview, other than you can go up under the hood here and you can see how we got some things set up. For example, you might want to bypass certain things that we got going on up under here. Adjust some octaves. Or you might want to get a little, you might want to play around with the frequency here and the fade in here. This is kind of tight when you want to get like a nice little effect. Probably not with this 808, but you can get some nice effects. You can get some nice effects out of it if you play around with that. So yeah, man, that's pretty much it. If you have any questions or concerns, hit me up about the plugin. I'll leave the link in the description of the video so you can head over to the site and check out the full details on the plugin. So, all right, man, that's pretty much it. I hope I'm not leaving anything out. I think that's pretty much straightforward and direct. And that's pretty much it. See you guys in the next one. Peace.